everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dina and this is Creative Minds Homeschool. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in, and if you're a regular subscriber, thank you for being back. This video collaboration was created by Hana at Pepper and Pine. So thank you, Hana, and if you want to see more about this topic, look in the description box below and I will put a link to the playlist. So today I'm going to tell you about my resolutions for 2018, the rest of this school year, okay? So these are my homeschool resolutions. In my mind, when I think of a New Year's resolution, I think of something you really intend on doing, but realistically won't happen. So I went and looked up the definition of resolution just to know exactly what we are talking about here. So for anyone out there who wanted to know, a resolution is a firm decision to do or not do something. And it's the quality of being determined. So with that in mind, the things that I'm determined to do and have made a firm decision to do during this next year. The first one, I tell you, please don't laugh at me for those that have watched my channel have been with me for a while. Plan more. Yes, I said that. I need to plan more. As much as I resist it and don't like it, I'm gonna have to plan better. In general, in life, but homeschool, definitely. Just there's some areas that we're struggling in, and it's pretty much because of my lack of planning. So I'll get to that more in the later part of this video when I tell you about what's working and what's not working. But first I'm talking about what I've resolved to do. So the first one is plan more. The next one is really the biggest one, and it's focus on relationship building. Just because at the end of the homeschool day, I want to make sure that the relationship with my kids is the number one thing. Because I've figured out that we can check off all the boxes of subjects that we did. We can jump through all the hoops and do all the problems, but in the end, if we spent the whole day with me nagging them to do it and fussing at them and them being frustrated and we're just butting heads, it's a cloud and a damper on our whole rest of our lives, basically. You know, like, no one feels good about what we accomplished because it wasn't accomplished in the right frame of mind, in the right spirit. So that's a big deal. So that is one I really honestly have been praying about and seeking God about today, and will continue to. Just because as I was thinking about making this video, I was just started, it kind of, I guess, just one of those moments that brings you to your knees and just made me go, Lord, you know, this is an area that really needs help. And I'm lacking wisdom on how to go about doing what needs to happen for our relationships and that kind of thing. So, and as far as my part of relationship building, it would be being more warm and caring and understanding, grace-giving, less exasperated. Because I would just say my mood lately, if you've watched me for any length of time, you'll know I had a baby 7 months ago today. And since that time, I've really struggled. My mood has been a struggle. I've had more anxiety than I've ever dealt with. I've never really been a person that was anxious, but I would say I've struggled with anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, getting overstimulated, where the noise level and whatever in our home, I just get where I'm like, whoa, can't take this anymore. Like, I need earplugs or something. I don't know. But so I've been praying about that, because my goal is to be, you know, when there is a mess on the floor or someone spills something, though they shouldn't have been getting that out, instead of just having a wig out moment and just being beyond exasperated, my goal is to be more of the old me. I think I was less easy to get right aggravated and just, you know, come down on you kind of thing. So that is a thing that I'm resolving to be, is more relationship minded less exasperated. Also want to use a timer better, or better time management, which will be helped by using a timer. Because a lot of times what happens is our morning subjects take us a lot longer than they should, and our school day just stretches out onto way too late. So my goal is for school to end between 2 and 2:30 every day. And to pretty much, I want to start cutting it off. Like, if we didn't accomplish what we needed to by then, you know, in the public school system, when it's time to go, it's not like your day continues. You cut it off and you're done. So that's kind of my goal, is to have a cutoff time. And depending on what we accomplish that day, then they can go work on whatever if they need to, or I don't know. We'll see. But using a timer, better time management. My last one is being less distracted, because I tend to get on my phone a lot of times whenever when they're not cooperating, or when they're cooperating but they're working quietly to themselves. I tend to just, let me see what's going on Facebook, or let me see what's going on Instagram, or let me watch a YouTube video while, quietly while they're doing this. It's something I can do. Well, it's not helping me stay in the right frame of mind, I find. I get very distracted by that. It's very, I don't know if cathartic is the word. It's very much a numbing mechanism. Like when the day is just overwhelming, that's the zone I go to. And that's a terrible habit. I know that. So, gonna work on that starting today. So my next part of this video is what's working, what's not working. Okay, so what is working? For us, we switched to the Good and the Beautiful curriculum end of October, beginning of November maybe. We're really liking it. They're all working on the same level, which has helped my crew, because my oldest, he kind of thrives on cooperative learning. He enjoys, I think, all doing the same thing. I think that's one reason why we struggle in math, because half the time when I'm doing math with the girls, he's like, supposed to be doing his, but he's wanting to answer their questions, or it's like he's off doing his thing by himself. And I don't think he likes that so much. That's not a subject that I can combine a third grader and 2 first graders in. They're not on that level that he is, and I'm not going to put him back. He's doing great if he can it requires a lot of self-motivation from him. So, but in language arts, it's working very well, that he is able to be on the same level with them. He had some gaps that he needed to fill in, and this curriculum, I feel like, is really helping him with that. I like the spelling, that they do 5 to 7 spelling words at a time. They're doing words that are like, don't follow the spelling rules, is what their spelling words are. They're learning how to spell other things through like learning phonograms, and right now we're learning like vowel team type vowels, and like the bossy R, those kind of things. So that has really helped. I can just see that they're learning a lot. So it's working for us. I'm so glad. It has taken some of the struggle out of that language arts block of time, which is wonderful. So that's working. We're reading through the Abeka history reader for 3rd grade and the health reader for 3rd grade. That is really working for them. They love, Everett especially, he loves history. So when I'll read how much ever we have time for in a day. Like when we get to that last circle time that we do. And he always is like, can you read some more? Can you just read one more? Can you finish the page? Like he's just, give me more. He loves it. So I love for him to just like, it's almost like, oh, don't put it down. I love that. So that's going great. Let's see, what's struggling is math, just because math is math and you got to get it done. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's the kind of students I have. I mean, I hated math my whole entire career of schooling. College math, high school math, elementary, I hated math very much. So it doesn't surprise me that they're like, you know. But at the same time, I don't know if it's a curriculum thing that I need to look into. I mean, is there such an animal that makes math, like where kids are like, I want to do math today? Now they do, I have to say, the things we are using to go over math facts and the drills and, not drills, but like the games we're using for that, they love them and they request them. So I have a video eventually I'm gonna make. I will eventually make a video about how we do make math fun in some ways. There are some things we do, but just the general bookwork of math, I have not figured out how to make it fun yet. But I'm pretty much determined. I want to learn how to do that because I would love it for it to not be a drudge for them. I would love for them to enjoy and look forward to doing math. I just would, even though I never did. If I could figure out how to do that and bottle it and sell it, I could make a lot of money, couldn't I? The other thing that's kind of struggling, and the reason why I say I need to plan more, is 5 in a row. It is just, by the time we get to the end of the day, it's hard. A lot of times, the way we've done our school day, by the time we eat lunch and come back, the baby's ready to go down for a nap. So we sit down for circle time, and we get a few minutes into circle time, and she's inevitably ready to go back down for a nap. It's enough time where I can't not come back and start school, but once I leave to break that up, it kind of throws us into a weird kid free-for-all when I come back up here, you know. Usually I leave them with a task to do. It just doesn't always, it's not always the most successful thing for them to try to be on their own, even for 5 minutes for me to just go put her down for a nap. It's one of those struggle things. So I just need to plan better for 5 in a row. Last year I planned out the whole year during the summer. So if anything, I over-planned. I ended up with a lot of extra worksheets that we didn't even use and just different things that we didn't even get to. But I'd rather have too much planned than not enough. So I need to get back on that and just do better. Like the unit we're going to start this year off with, we're starting back to school next week. It's has World War II, which is one of Everett's favorite times of history. So I figure it'll be something very interesting to get him drawn back into school and make it exciting. So I'm hoping we can get back to school in an exciting way and that I can make 5 in a row like come alive again. So that's what's struggling, what we need more of in our school. I would say we need more experiments, like hands-on science things. You know, Everett's been saying for 2 years that he wants to blow things up. This is not my area of expertise. I have no desire to blow anything up. But for his sake, I do want to figure out some things that will make it fun. More fun learning. If I can figure out how to make math fun, I could make $1 million. And more exercise and nature studies. We've done very little nature study this year. Mainly because we've had a baby to drag about and we haven't been dragging her anywhere. She's getting less portable in her old age. She's 7 months old today, I think I said, and she doesn't nap away from home well. So it's just kind of been a challenge, or getting to be a challenge to really go a lot of places. But I have a few ideas for that. Like, I just think we need to get into nature. We have a state park, we have a wildlife refuge, we have other things. We just need to plan, there's that word again, and do them. So that's in the works. And more cross-body exercise type things. I've heard that's really good for just kids' brains to get the two sides talking or whatever, I don't know, help them with concentration. So we're gonna work on adding more of that into our day, more purposeful and cooperative, playing games, what have you, just more movement in our day. More music too. Because though I love music, I don't play background music very often just because I honestly am overstimulated a lot just by the kid noise and can't take background noise at all. So But I really want to figure out a way to incorporate maybe listening to certain types of music, even if it be like music appreciation type thing. I love how The Good and the Beautiful incorporates art appreciation into the book, and it's scripted. I can look at this picture of this beautiful girl, you know, yeah, like I don't have to think about what to say and what to get them to look at. It's written for me. I almost need to do that with music, just to find. I love some of the classical music, Mozart, Beethoven. I love them. So just to introduce it to them so they can hear music from all the different ages and just get a knowledge of that. That's another goal. So anyway, those are my resolutions. Those are what's working and what's not working and what we need more of. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it some love. And if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to subscribe. Leave comments below. If you know if you have the $1 million answer for making math totally fun and irresistible to children, please put it in the comments, I beg you. Thank you for watching, and come back again. Bye.
Happy New Year, everybody! Thanks for